Now, supposedly this is recording me, and I don't know. I did this once before, and I never know. So let's try this again. Here is the empty clearance is gone. Obviously, they only had 2 colors left of clearance. The rest of it was sold. There is one in the middle that I do look at, and then there's a real funky green right there that's on sale. But other than that, everything else is regular price. And I look at this and I bring it up, feel it, and I don't end up buying it. So then we move on, and I'm just gonna once in a while say something through here. I'm hoping that it records this time. There's a lot of fun fur here, what I call fur, novelty yarns, eyelash, glitter, that were all stickers. I didn't get any of that. Then we went on to that acetate. So there's all the colors of that. That's quite a bit. I didn't end up getting the mustard. I don't think. No. And then we have some scrubby yarns. Some baby. Lightweight 2, I believe that is. Sport weight, I mean. I love the sport. And then some empty holes. Some more cakes. And I'm not sure what that is because I don't remember the names of all these. But this right here caught my eye. Look at that. Highlights. You can't feel that sparkle. It is so soft. I was thinking about getting it. Of course, it's 30% off day, so that's kind of cool, but I didn't get any. Move on to the, what do we got here? I don't remember. Yeah, Urban Chics in there. Soft and Sleeks, yep. And then I love this yarn. Oh, beautiful. I love it. And then I said, what? There was one with a sticker on it. Like, yeah, that's mine. Let's not even wait till the camera goes off. Let's just grab it. Either way, if it's going to be in a giveaway or if it's going to be mine, it's still going home with me. Oh my goodness. And I just can't believe how much colors, how many different variations you can make. And that rippled blanket would be awesome in every single colorway, right? I used to make a lot of them. Oh my gosh. The speckles and the stripes and the ombres and the variegateds and the solids. They're just all beautiful. And then there's some recycled coming up. And some, yeah, there's just a little bit of everything left on, what was that? There was one yarn in there that it was only like 2 of. And then there's the next aisle. I start the tape over in the next aisle. And this one has Oh, I didn't even know. There's some bulky there. There's a couple of empty spots where the fireside comfort was. It's gone. Up there on the top, there's a whole bunch of bulky, and I left it, and a lady bought it after I walked around the other side. And then there's some, I don't know, it's just a lot of blanket yarns. And then down here's a poodle something or another, and I picked that up later and looked at it quite a bit. I didn't get it. It was like a novelty yarn. Lots of blanket yarns coming up. And then this side starts the baby yarn. I'm excited. Oh, got to show you the end cap. It's got cotton on it. And then the ice cream yarns start the aisle. Beautiful. They didn't have any on sale though. In fact, I didn't see any of the ice cream cotton. But Sweet Delight always makes me happy. And I have to linger here just a little longer. Look at it all. I'm like, yes. A lot of holes in it, which means I missed out on some things, but there's the speckles, and I'm like, oh, beautiful. There's that one lone skein of bulky. I did get that. And I go back again and say, oh, Premier Bloom, okay. Empty holes. And again, the speckles. You know how it is, right? Then we have some cake yarn. I believe this has probably got some cotton in it. There's a lot of empty holes there. And then I love this cotton, which I had to look over a little bit. Yeah, beautiful colors. Move on to, you know, I think there's quite a bit of I love this cotton in this store. I don't know. I've only been to two of the, a little bit more of that bulky something there, that marled. And then the last row, which I don't even remember what the names are, but yep, that's it. Hi, welcome back to Crochet Creations and Hobby Lobby haul, as you can see in the title. Grab a cup and join me. Today I have the blue raspberry lemonade from, I don't know, Coke or Pepsi, one of them. It says something on, like, I don't even know what the can says anymore. I don't go grocery shopping. Mr. Crochet Creations does, or whatever you want to call him. Doug. He picked it up for me the first time, and I'm like, yeah, I love it. So what did I do? I drove to Hobby Lobby Saturday because he said he would go with me. And I don't want to drive that far by myself because I just don't feel like it. So I didn't. And for several weeks I didn't go, and I didn't go. And then I said, well, do you want to go? And he's like, I don't mind. I probably should have told you that it was okay sooner, because now you're going to blame me if there's nothing left. Well, guess what? There was some stuff left. I have 2 bags, and a few items were not on clearance, but I don't get there very often. And I saw a couple things that I was going to buy online anyway because I needed a couple more skeins of. And then I saw some colors I hadn't gotten before. So I have a couple items that I will show you that are regular price. But it was 30% off week, so I still saved. So I do have to say, I went through the aisles. I took a little video, which I will add here. And then I turned the camera off, went back and picked out the things I wanted. Then I walked all through the store and looked at everything else. And then I said, one more time I want to go back just in case I missed something. That's when I decided that the bottom shelf looked empty, like you couldn't see anything. So I'm like, wait a minute, is the bottom shelf really empty? So I got down and I literally looked across the bottom shelves, and almost every one of them had something tucked back in there that you couldn't see. And so I found 3 of the colors that I had missed tucked in. You couldn't see them. They were all the way back into the bottom shelf, and they were all marked clearance. So I'm wondering if somebody put them back there on purpose, hoping they wouldn't be seen, or what, because it is kind of weird. So I'm going to start out with the lighter weights and get that done so that this in front of me is moved. There were 2 colors of this left. This is a Yarn Bee Lush Loft. Look at that halo, just a slight bit. Perfect, making it so soft. This is the color Blush. This yarn is a 4 medium 100% nylon yarn. It's so luscious, and of course I've never used it before, but it reminds me of a few others that we've talked about, like Feels Like Butter, but it is not. So let's see, 142 yards in the 2, and most of the yarns I picked that were the lighter weight ones, I am looking at baby outfits and that kind of thing, because that's what I like to make. It's my happy place. And then when I finish something that is made for a new baby, for a shower or something, it just makes me happy. So I usually buy yarn with that in mind, whether it be blankets or sweaters or what have you. So that's what I was thinking when I bought most of these lightweight ones. Here is another color. It's maroon. They only had these 2 colors. I don't know whether all the colors were on sale, but they were $137, regularly $549. So I got 2 maroon and 2 blush, and that's all they had in that. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to put them back in a bag when I'm done talking about them, and it's probably not going to work too well. Now the next yarn a lot of you did show, and it's called the Stitch 101 Acetate. Now this is a Yarn Bee also, and it is $5.99 regular skein, $1.49 on the clearance. This is 100% acetate. Beautiful soft. Now I'm going to have to say this feels like it's going to be a little dense when you work it up. But at the moment it's very soft. So I'm thinking more on possibly blanket, but I don't know. Because if I use the recommended, which is a 8 or 5 millimeter, it should be okay, because it doesn't seem to be a 5 bulky, of about a 4. Let's see what it says. Very tiny print. Yes, it says a 4. So maybe with the 5 millimeter knitting needle. But either way, there's 180 yards in each. They had 3 of these blue ones. They had, the color is Mist. And this is the one they had the most of. They had 3 of the blue, and then, okay, wait a minute. Now this one is a little bit different, isn't it? Or is it? This is Stitch 101, and it says acetate. So these are 100%. If it says Stitch 50/50, then it is a little bit it feels just a little bit different, not very much. And it says 50% acetate and 50% modal. You're really pulling our what is this made of mind. Anyway, again, it's the same yardage, and this color is candy. So they had 4 of these. Beautiful peach color. Now you could possibly get a beautiful blanket out of these and use all the colors. I don't know what I've decided to do yet, but they had this one, and this is 50/50, and this is the lilac, and they had 5 of them, so I of course had to get them all. $1.49. And then they had the 101 acetate, which is 100% in the plum colorway. And this one is a little darker, but they had a darker one. So I got 3 of these. I took all they had. They had an even darker one, and I didn't take that one. So then I saw they only had 2 ivory left. So I took 2 ivory, and this one is the 101 100% acetate. And the second one didn't have the sticker on it. So they had to call the manager over and ask her if it was okay if I got this one at clearance price. And she gave it to us. So, yeah. Talk about robots. Okay. That is the 3 light, or, well, no, they were all 4s. Yes, they were all, every one of those were the 4s. So then I went back and I found these 4, and I was like, you know, do I leave these or do I take them home? They are a DK, cotton DK, in the mustard colorway. This is 235 yards, and the cost was $1.24, regularly $4.99. It has 235 yards on, and I got 4 of them. It's a little boucle, just a little bit, right? Little wave. Yep. So I'm thinking there's enough here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 900 yards. A little over 900 yards. Could probably make a whole adult size sweater out of this. We'll see. We will see. So I got those 4. That was all they had in that. Oh, I got 5. I knew there was over 1,000, and I didn't see that here. But yep, I got 5. Okay, that's why I was like looking funny, because I said to myself, I know when I was in the store, I said I had enough to make an adult sweater out of this. Okay, yes, I did. I got 5. All right, so then I want to show you that I did pick up some of these. Again, there's the Puff Stitch Projects. Very velvet, using velvet yarns apparently. Double Snuggle, and these are headbands and some other things. Yes, hats. Beautiful hats. So I picked these up, and I think I might be using these for make-alongs. Why not? They're free. They're easily, readily available if you happen to stop in there. I thought it was a great idea. Here's one. Now, I won't keep them all for me. I will throw a few of these in on Sunday. Here's one for lovies, and this one happens to have really cute llama, and that appears to be, see what it says inside, but it looks like a flamingo. And then last but not least, a sloth. Then we have an amigurumi one, little koala, another llama in here, and then I think, oh, okay, so I don't think they have more than 2 in this one. But they are there, and I will probably put those in on Sunday. And then they had this shawl, which I'm thinking about doing on the live. Makes total sense to me. All right, so those I grabbed for all of us. I was giving them away for a while there. Couple here, couple there. And then I saw that they had some other stuff on sale, more than just yarn. I'll get back to the yarn in just a minute. They had the buttons on sale, so I grabbed a couple packages of buttons. And my sweater I'm making right now, I'm going to use some of these on, because it has, I got 2 packages of these. They were half price. It has some real vintage looking ones, and I think the color and the yarn I'm using is perfect for these buttons, because it's the mauve colors and it makes it look like it's old-fashioned, plus it has a little wool in it. Then I'm always looking for blue buttons, and I kind of am low on them, so I grabbed these. They're a variety size and color. And then I grabbed these, because you always need a plain one. Sometimes you find no matter what you put up next to your color of your sweater, and nothing goes with it. So I got standard, right? I was there. They seem to have the best variety in that store for buttons that I've ever seen, and a very good price. Especially if you hit it when they're 50% off, then it's even better, right? And then I've been giving away some stitch markers on Sunday also. So I figured, why not? These were half price. So these will be up and coming in something. I'll make stitch markers out of them. And then the color variety packs, when you get them all one shade of blue, or all one shade of red, or something like that. It just seems like your money could go farther if you pick a pack like this. So I bought these, and I can mix and match and do whatever, and each one of my giveaways, when I do a set, will come out different. And these were awesome price, right? So I got them. So I didn't go crazy, but I did get some very much needed items. Now I'm going to go to the items on this side of me that were regular price but 30% off, because looking to see what I did with some things. I don't know. Okay. Because I didn't show them yet, and I want to put them in the bag on top next. So a couple of times that I've been in that store, not very often, I have looked through the cotton. I love this cotton because, oh my gosh, they have like 100 colors, I think, right? And everyone is more beautiful than the other. So every time I've gone, I've had to buy at least one different color. So I got this one this time. Can you see the speckles? I don't know if you can, but they have, it's a gray, but it has a lot of speckles, and it's just fun. Has like a rainbow of speckles all over it. And this is called Sparkle Me This. Number 410, Sparkle Me This. I love this cotton. Is made up of 83% cotton, 8% acrylic, 7 viscose, and 2 polyester. This one is. I don't know if they all are, but this one is. Super soft and super savings. Yep. And they have 153 yards, and I think I got at least 2 or 3 washcloths out of the last one. and Felicity loves them. So that is for Felicity. And then I needed a couple more skeins of the Winter Flowers print. I love this yarn. It's one of the colorways I'm using in my Glorious Granny blanket, and I knew I wouldn't have enough, and I may not even finish this blanket before the end of the year because I am so freaking busy. I'm so busy I'm having to cancel everything all over the place and spend time building something together, so with my husband. So anyway, and that's important to me. So anyway, what I'm doing is I'm making squares every month for Glorious Granny out of this, and this is my outside edge, and I didn't have enough, so I got 2 of them, and they were 30% off regular price. These are beautiful also. This is the print one, and it's 100% acrylic, 252 yards in each skein. You can't beat this beautiful yarn. So I've been pairing that up with some of the mandala prints. And then the other 2 items I got because I just couldn't help it. You guys turned me on to Soft and Sleek low pill fiber yarn bee, and I made a couple things in it, whether it be the regular Soft and Sleek or the baby. So I had to have these 2 colors because I checked the shelves, and I'm like, look at this, holy cow. So this is a 4 medium. It is 100% low pill acrylic, 186 yards, and this color is gorgeous. It's called Mole. What the heck? I think it's Violet Stripes. It's got a problem with the printing on that one. Yeah, Violet Stripes. Little touch of pink, but marled it up, and oh, down my alley. I have had something very similar in another yarn like this, and again, that mandala ombre is very similar to this. So I figured I'd get 2 of those, make a sweater out of it, or whatever. So those were regular price, 30% off. And then the other color I found was in the Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Baby. This is 164 yards. Come on. Oh my gosh. Much better to color control with a speckled yarn than a striped yarn. Just saying. So I had to have it, right? This is a bedtime giggles colorway. Oh, low pill fiber, 164 yards. I said that. It is a 4 medium. I got 3 of them, 164 yards to make a sweater with. Yeah, I had to have that color. I hadn't had it yet. Hadn't even seen it yet. So that takes care of the regularly priced yarns. And then I will move on to the last bag, and I saved the halo for last. Although I still have one more favorite to show you. This is Sweet Delight. Sweet Delight is on my list as absolute favorite baby yarn. Absolutely. Right? I prefer the speckled. I prefer the solids. The stripes, not so much. But the yarn still is pretty and nice. It's just that I don't like the way that you have to color control certain things. But look at this one. This is called Pool Time. It's a light green. And Sweet Delight has 377 yards. It's a 3 light acrylic and 40% polyamide. I paid $137. I don't know where I'm getting this 100 from. They had 3. I bought all 3. that will be a baby set. I am sure will have some lace in it or something so you can make it solid and set off the lace. Perfect. I thank Hobby Lobby so much for having a couple things that I could get that were beautiful. Yeah. And so then the last bag. Now this ball, there was only one of these left, but I did have my husband with me, and he's like, look at this. And I'm like, yeah, that's beautiful. It is a little bulky. And he's like, yeah, but I know you like those colors. And I'm like, yeah, those colors are pretty. Grays and pinks and marled together. It is a Yarn Bee My Sweet. What is it? They put it right over the label. Why do they do that? My Sweet Love. My Sweet Love. Okay, I've never seen it. It's very similar to other yarns we've seen. It's bulky. I will say it is a bulky. Let's see if I'm right. 5 bulky, yes. And it only has 94 yards in it. So because they only had one, and the color was obviously a give it to me, I figured a hat, knitted hat, put it in the inventory, you know, that kind of thing. So I got it, and it was only $1.24. It's 92% acrylic and 8% polyamide. So I'm sure they had more. In fact, they had some of the Fireside Comfort, one of one color and one of another. That whole section was sold out. Quite a few 44th Street was sold out. I mean, I didn't even see a hole for that. If they had it, I don't know. But hey, I can't complain. This is a heck of a haul for a heck of a lot of savings, right? So that was the one like that. And then I remember saying that I went back. This is the bag that I went back, and there are a couple things in here that I found on the bottom shelf. So I hadn't seen this yarn at all, and I think it's because they were all sold out. I'm not positive. Let me stop this and start it again because of the timing. Okay, what I mean by timing is if I go past 30 minutes on my phone, it stops and restarts. And when it restarts, your mouth and your sound does not match up. And I'd rather just stop it and start it myself. So that's what I do. Okay, so I didn't see this yarn. I don't think I saw this yarn in the regular colors. But when I got down on the floor and looked under the shelf, they were back there. And I'm like, what is this? Okay, this is called the Soft Standard. The Soft Standard. And it's $4.99 regular price. And this is called Fern Leaves. Fern Leaves. I mean, I want, you know, see what kind of thumbnail I get. But anyway, what is it made of? It's made of 70 acrylic and 30% polyamide, and it's 200 yards in each one, and I have 4. I bought all they had, and one's on the floor now, Bev. Okay, so let's look at it. It is beautiful. Look at that twist and the softness. Holy cow. Wow. It is a 3 light. And the more I went like this, I'm feeling baby sweater, and I'm like Fern Leaves. Is that color good for a baby? And I'm like, so I don't know. I'm thinking that it is okay. It's okay, and I'm gonna say that I really want to cast on a sweater. But I do with everything, right? I want to cast on a baby sweater in everything. So I probably will someday. And let's just say, I plan on it, right? I want to make all of them. All the patterns I have, all the books I have, all the sweaters I have, and all the yarn I have, I want to make something out of, and so that's what I'm going to stick with, right? Okay, the last couple down here. Now these were also hiding on the bottom shelf, and I mean hiding like stuffed all the way back. How do you stick 5 skeins of yarn all the way back if you're not trying to hide them? Because some of the shelves only had 5 on it and they were pulled right to the front. So I don't know. I don't know, but I do know there is some halo in this one. Halo in this one. Yepper. You betcha. So what is this? This is called Tender Touch. This is red, 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 red. It says it's peony. It's $3.99 regular price, and these were only $1. Who can pass it up, right? 100% acrylic, wicked, wicked soft. This is a 4 or a 5. Boy, that's small. It is a 5, which is what I thought. 135 yards in a skein, and I got 5 of these. 5 of these, and guess what? They are going to make a beautiful hat and scarf set, no doubt. Maybe I would rather do a cowl in a scarf, but talk about soft. These are going to be so, so soft. Someone is going to love them. I am sure of it. So maybe we'll do a make along with these sometime. All right, so then, okay, this is a real shocker. Now, I don't know if this is right or not, but if any of you found any of this, then you're lucky too. But I only found 1 skein, and in the video, you will see me find this skein, and I will be talking over the video, so I'll say it when I get to it. But you'll see that during camera, I cannot wait. I take it off and give it, or put it in the cart or something. But look at this. This was on the clearance shelf, on the I Love This Yarn clearance, or on the regular shelf with the other I Love This Yarns, and the only one marked. $1.24 is $4.99 regular price. But check it out. Check it right out. It is gorgeous. So this is called Purple Gradient, and it goes right along with my blanket that I'm doing in the Glorious Granny. Goes right along. I'm not going to put it on the outside of my blanket squares because this is more like the inside. But I had to have it, right? And I'm still wondering if I should make a head out of it or I should put it in the bracket game basket and let you guys fight over it. I haven't decided it yet, so we will see. We will see, but you know I always share. So some of these things are definitely going to be showing up in make-alongs and stuff, right? Okay, so the last 2 that I got are the same but different. And again, wicked, wicked soft. There is my halo. I went to Hobby Lobby and I found some halo. No, anyway. This is called Romantique or Romantique, however you want to say it. Romantique. 83 yards of a gorgeous 80% acrylic and 20% polyamide. There is no wool. This is very, very, very soft. Intensely beautiful in the color cedar. Now, a lot of people have a lot of print on their jackets, and they'll come up to me and they'll be like, oh, you have blue, and oh, you have red, and you don't have any neutral. Well, guess what? This is definitely neutral. I'd like to make a scarf out of this, and I want to say a hat to match also. 83 yards, I got 5 of them. And they all appear to look the same on to me, but that one does look a little darker. Yeah, it just depends on where the light hits it, I guess. Is the lot numbers the same? That's what it is. They're different lot numbers. 635221 seems to be those two. 632761 is this one. This one's different, and this one is 640326, so they're different. See how much different they are in lot number? Yep. And then you put this one up, and it's closer. It's closer, but these two are one lot number. These two are another lot number. And this one is the third lot number, and that's way darker. So I'm guessing I should watch that when I make it and make the hat out of this one, I think. If there's enough. 83 yards. Maybe, I don't know. I have to make the hat first and see, right? Beautiful. Smells wonderful. Okay, and then the last yarn in here is the same as these. This one is Romantique also. And this one is in the teal colorway. And oh my gosh, is that ever soft? This is called Teal 12. Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah. Yep. Made in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Oh, no. Yarn Bee is in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And made in Turkey for Hobby Lobby. So, yeah. Just beautiful. Got my halo on at Hobby Lobby. Got my yarn fix for this year from there. So happy. Thank you all for joining me for this great haul. It's been a lot of fun. You will see some of these yarns show up in giveaways because I always do that. I always share, and that's why I go there, because I want to get some, you know. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye for now. Oh yeah, and take a moment out of each day and be creative.